12th standard students of St. John's, good evening to you. So far we have completed up to problem number 48. We are in 6th chapter. The chapter name is Applications of Vector Algebra. And in the last class we have discussed about various types of equations of plane. To be precise, we discussed about three things. The first one is equation of a plane passing through a point and parallel to two vectors. Second one, equation of a plane passing through 2 points and parallel to one vector. And the final one is equation of plane passing through 3 non-collinear points. And under each heading, we discussed 3 formulas. One is parametric equation, non-parametric equation, Cartesian equation. Based on that, we did few problems. We will continue with our next problem, question number 50. Question number 49 will be given to you as homework. So after completing the previous classes, you should do this homework sum 49th sum, then continue with this class. Question number 50. Find the parametric form of vector equation and Cartesian equations of the plane containing the line. You know very well, this is one straight line. R vector equal to 1 vector plus t into something, means it represents a straight line where this first vector is nothing but point on the straight line. Second vector is nothing but parallel vector to the straight line. Yes or no? Again I repeat, if this is a straight line, this is nothing but point on the straight line. This is parallel vector of the straight line. And perpendicular to the plane, one plane equation was given. So what is our aim? Our aim is to find the parametric form of vector equation and Cartesian equation of the plane. The plane containing this line. For example, in rough diagram we will draw a diagram here. Suppose if this is the plane, you imagine that this is a plane and the plane containing a line. So a line is like this. The line is fully present in the plane. That is the meaning of plane containing the line. So since this line is itself in the plane, if I take a point on the line, definitely the point belongs to the plane also. So this is nothing but the straight line. Out of this is the point of on the straight line. So I can call this point as nothing but point on the plane. So I can take the point as a vector. So I minus j plus 3k. And what is this? Parallel vector to the straight line. So this is our line. You consider this pen as the parallel line. So this is one line, this is parallel. Definitely this pen is parallel to the plane also, right? This pen is parallel to the plane. Therefore, I can consider this vector 2i minus j plus 4k, which is nothing but the pen, is parallel to the plane. Therefore, that can be taken as u vector. Which one? 2i minus j plus 4k can be taken as u vector, parallel vector. And also we know very well perpendicular to the plane means from that also we can take one parallel vector. Perpendicular to the plane means we can take one parallel vector out of that. So this is taken as v vector. So v vector is I plus 2j plus k. So this is what important, that you should be able to write these things by seeing the question. If you read this, containing the line means we can take point as well as parallel vector from it. So since the plane containing this line, from this line we can take a point as well as parallel vector. From this another parallel vector. So this comes under the type plane passing through a point and parallel to two vectors. So what is the parametric form? R vector equal to a vector plus su vector plus tv vector. Substitute a, u, v in this value, in this formula, so that you will be getting parametric form. What is asked in the question? Also find the Cartesian equation. So write the heading Cartesian equation and write the formula for it. Since the plane passes through one point and parallel to two vectors, the formula is this. where L1, M1, N1 is nothing but parallel, first parallel vector, second parallel vector, x1, y1, z1 is nothing but the point. So substituting the values in this formula, we will be getting this step, right? For our reference, I have written once again what is a vector, u vector, v vector. So x minus x1, x1 is 1, y1 is minus 1, z1 is 3. So since y1 is minus 1, we will be having y plus 1. This is 3, so z minus 3. 2 minus 1, 4 is nothing but L1, M1, N1. 1, 2, 1 is L2, M2, N2 equal to 0. You know very well how to do these steps, right? Expanding this determinant, you just go through this and find out the equation of the plane in Cartesian form. I think I need not explain all these things. Many times I have explained you in the previous classes. These steps are nothing but just expanding the determinant. So we will get this result. You just go through it and try to do the simplification by yourself. We'll go for the next sum. Question number 51. Find the parametric, non-parametric and Cartesian equations of the plane passing through three non-collinear points. So we need to find three things. One is parametric equation, non-parametric equation. Also we should find Cartesian equations. So three questions we have to answer. Of the plane, passes through 3 points. 3 points are given. So directly we can easily do this from sum because directly given 3 points. So the first point can be taken as a vector, second one b vector, third one is c vector. So after writing all these three, we will just write the formula for each heading. Parametric equation. This is the formula where a is the first point, b vector second point, c vector is the third point. If you ask me whether we can interchange, shall we take a, b, c, means yes, you can take. Order is not important. You can take a, b, c also, a, b, c also, your wish. So you can substitute that in the formula. So here, hence the first part, parametric equation gets over. Then we will go for non-parametric equation. For that also we should write the formula first. This is the formula, r vector minus a vector dot b minus a cross c minus a equal to 0. If you thorough the theory part class which has taken in the previous class, you should know this formula very well. Here also we are substituting r vector minus, in place of a vector write the value, dot b minus a, just subtract these two, b minus a, minus I minus 3i minus 4i. So subtracting b and a, I have written the answer here, cross c minus a, subtracting c and a, writing the answer here, 6i minus 3i, 3i, minus 4i minus 6i, minus 4j minus 6j minus 10j, minus 2k plus 2k 0. So I am not writing that k vector. So this is b minus a cross, this is c minus a equal to 0. This is called non-parametric form. The second part gets over. The third part, what they have asked, Cartesian equation. Can you tell what is the formula? What is the type the plane comes under? The plane is passing through 3 points. So what will be the Cartesian equation? The Cartesian equation is this, right? X minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, x2 minus x1, etc. x3 minus x1, y3 minus y1, z3 minus z1 equal to 0. Again, for our reference, we have written ABC once again. What is 3, 6 minus 2? x1, y1, z1. Substitute that in the first row. So you will get this. What is minus 1, minus 2, 6 are nothing but x2, y2, z2. So x2 minus x1, minus 1, minus 3. Minus 2 minus 6, 6 plus 2. Similarly, x3 minus x1, y3 minus y1, z3 minus z1. Just writing, substituting the values. Simplifying these and writing it again. And then after that, expansion. So I need not explain all these things. You know how to expand a determinant. First one is plus, second term means minus, third term means plus, cross multiplication, like that. We have done many times the same steps, so I'm not going to explain this. You can do the simplification by yourself. The final answer is this. This is nothing but what? Cartesian equation of the plane. So we have answered all the three parts. We'll go for the next topic. The next topic is condition for a line to lie in a plane. So these are all nothing but theory class. So you should concentrate properly in the theory part, so that problem part becomes simple. First one, condition for a line to lie in a plane. I think you know the meaning very well. What is the condition for a straight line to lie in a plane? Lie in a plane means what? The line totally present in the plane. That is the meaning of lying in a plane. Now if you see the first condition, the line is given by r vector equal to a vector plus tv vector. You know a vector is nothing but point on the straight line. V vector means parallel vector to the straight line. So this is ultimately a straight line. If the straight line has to lie in the plane, the equation of plane is given by r vector dot n vector equal to d. Then the condition for the straight line to lie in this plane is given by a vector dot n vector equal to d. What is the meaning? We have to substitute the point of a straight line in this plane. That is the meaning. A is substituted in place of r. So a vector dot n vector equal to d. The meaning is the point on the straight line should satisfy the equation of the plane. That is the meaning for this. Again I repeat, what is this first point? This gives us the condition for this straight line to lie in this plane. What is the first condition? That point of the straight line should satisfy the equation of the plane. So a vector dot n vector should be equal to d. And the second one is, if I substitute v vector in place of r vector, that is v vector dot n vector, the answer should be 0. What is v vector? Parallel vector of the straight line. If the parallel vector of straight line is substituted in the plane's equation, the answer should be 0. So these are the conditions for a straight line to lie in this plane. Try to understand. And another point is given. So this is nothing but talk in vector equation. We are going to talk the same thing in Cartesian equation. So if the line, here the line is given in vector form, here the line is given in Cartesian form. X minus x1 by L equal to y minus y1 by M equal to z minus z1 by N. Here what is x1, y1, z1? Point on the line. What is L, M, N? Parallel vector of the line. If this line has to lie in the plane ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0, then the condition is same thing. I have to substitute the point x1, y1, z1 in the plane equation, so that it becomes ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d equal to 0, which means the point should satisfy the plane equation. That is the first condition. The same thing like this. And the second condition is, if I multiply a and l, that is when I substitute L, M, N in place of x, y, z, that is substituting the parallel vector in place of x, y, z, the answer should become 0. So L, if I substitute L here, M here, N here, the answer should be 0. So this is condition in vector format. This is the condition in Cartesian format. The next thing, condition for coplanarity of two lines. What is meant by coplanarity? Two lines lying in the same plane can be called as a coplanar lines. Two lines has to lie in a same plane. Now we are going to see what is the condition for two lines to be coplanar. First line is given by r vector equal to a vector plus su vector. What is a vector? Point on the line. What is u vector? Parallel vector to the line. Second line is given by r vector equal to c plus tv. What is c? Point on this line. V vector, parallel vector for this line. Be the two lines. So this is first line, this is second line. Then the condition for these two lines to be coplanar. The condition for these two lines to be coplanar is given by this one. What is this? C minus A. What is the meaning? Second point minus first point. Point on the second line minus point on the first line. Dot u vector cross v vector. What is u vector? Parallel vector of first line, parallel vector of second line, cross product. If we make dot product for these two, the answer should be 0. If this condition gets satisfied, we will say these two lines are coplanar. I think you will understand now. What is C minus A? Second point minus first point. What is U cross V? Parallel vector, cross product of parallel vectors. In between, dot symbol is there. If this value becomes 0, we will say the two lines are coplanar. This is vector condition. Same thing we will see in Cartesian format. This is line 1. This is line 2. So what is x1, y1, z1? Point on the first line. x2, y2, z2. Point on the second line. L1, m1, n1. Parallel vector of first line. L2, m2, n2. Parallel vector of second line. If these two lines has to be coplanar, then the condition is given by determinant of x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. That is the same meaning. Second point minus first point. L1, m1, n1. That is parallel vector of first line. L2, m2, n2. Parallel vector of second line. This determinant value has to become 0. If this determinant value becomes 0, I can say these two lines are coplanar. So what are these two formulas for? These two are nothing but conditions for two lines to be coplanar. We'll go for the next one. Next result, next heading is equation of plane containing two non-parallel coplanar lines. So what is the heading? This heading is nothing but representing equation of plane. What is the condition? The plane should contain two coplanar lines. So two lines, if they lie in a plane, what is the equation of the plane? That is the heading. Again I repeat, the heading, the meaning is, this is the heading to find equation of a plane. What is the condition? The plane should contain two coplanar lines. So this is first line, this is second line. So these two lines the plane contains. So what is the equation of the plane? This is the equation of the plane. R vector equal to A vector plus TU vector plus SV vector. Or even you can write R vector equal to A vector plus SU vector plus TV vector also. So this is called parametric form. And you should know one thing. This A vector can also be replaced by C vector. Then also the formula is correct. Either I can use this point, even I can use this point, because both lines are on the plane. So both points will be on the plane only. You will understand, this is a straight line. This is another straight line. They both lie in a same plane. Yes or no? For if we want to draw the diagram, the diagram will look like this. If this is a plane, this is one line, means this is another line. They both lie in a same plane. So I can take a point on this straight. If I take a point on the straight line, definitely it is a point on the plane. Even if I take point in this line, then also it will be a point of the plane. So I can use either this point or this point in this formula. Either I can say A vector, even I can use C vector also. So this formula is called parametric form of the plane. R minus A dot U cross V equal to 0 is called non-parametric. From here also, this A vector can be replaced by C vector. R minus A, or even I can write R minus C dot U cross V equal to 0. Both are correct. Both will come as what? Non-parametric form. Cartesian form is x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, L1, m1, n1, L2, m2, n2. Here also I can say x minus x2, y minus y2, z minus z2, L1, m1, n1, L2, m2. That is also correct, because I can use this point also. Instead of using this point, we can take this and write x2, y2, z2 also. So each and every formula, in this first formula, A can be replaced by C. Here also A can be replaced by C. Here x1, y1, z1 can be replaced by x2, y2, z2. Both are correct. So this is the formula for equation of plane in each type. That is parametric, non-parametric and Cartesian. Now based on these results, we will see few problems. Question number 53. show that the straight lines, so this is one straight line and this is second straight line, are coplanar. We need to prove that these two lines are coplanar. Also, find the vector equation of the plane in which they lie. So we need to find a plane equation where these two lines lies. So two questions are asked to us. What are they? First one is we need to prove that these two lines are coplanar. Second one, we have to find the equation of plane in which these two lines lie. So from the question, I said this is the first straight line. What is this? This is nothing but point on this line. What is this? Parallel vector of this line. So how to take point? Point can be taken as a vector. So this is a vector. This is u vector. Then go for the second line. What is this? Point on this line. So this is a, means I have to take this as c vector. C vector is equal to this. This is parallel vector. So it will be given the symbol v vector. V vector equal to 7i plus j plus 3k. Hope it is clear up to this. This is point on the first line, a vector. Point on the second line, c vector. Parallel vector of first line, u vector. Parallel vector of second line, v vector. So we have written a, u, c, v. What we have to prove actually, the two lines are coplanar. Can you tell what is the condition for coplanar? Condition for coplanar is c vector minus a vector dot u cross v equal to 0. So this is the vector condition for proving two lines to be coplanar. What is c? Second point minus first point. U cross v means parallel vectors. U and v are parallel vectors. So first I am finding c minus a. C vector minus a vector. Don't ask how this comes because we have already written what is c and what is a. Just subtract that and see whether you are getting this answer. And then we need to find u cross v. U cross v can be found out using determinant like this, right? First row will have I, j, k. Second row, you just see u vector and write the coefficients. See v vector and write the coefficients in the third row. Expand this determinant, you will be getting this. How 17 means 4 3s are 12. 12 plus 5, 17. Similarly, 12 plus 35, 47. 4 minus 28 minus 24. So we are expanding this determinant and getting u cross v answer. 17i minus 47j minus 24k. Right. Then we have to, now we found out c minus a, u cross v. What we have to do? Make a dot product for those two things. So that is the next step. Making dot product for those two. What is c minus a? See this and take it and write here. Dot. U cross v is this. So how to make a dot product? I will go and combine with I only. So 3 into 17 is 51. J goes with j. Minus 3 into minus 47, 141. K with k. 8 into minus 24, minus 192. So if we simplify, since the answer becomes 0, 0 comes. Therefore I am saying that what we can say, the straight lines are coplanar. What is the second subdivision asked? Find the equation of the plane. Since it is just they have asked vector equation, we can find out either parametric or non-parametric. It is our wish. Since they have not asked, they have asked only vector equation. So I am using parametric form. R vector equal to a vector plus tu vector plus sv vector. This can be even changed as c vector also we can use. So what is a vector? Write the value plus t into write u vector value plus s into write v vector value. So this is the equation of plane which contains the two coplanar lines. So concept is simple. We should know what is the condition for proving two lines to be coplanar, and we are proving that condition here. So the lines become coplanar. For finding equation of the plane, right? Just write the formula and substitute. Right? The same model, we'll see another problem. Question number 54. Show that the lines. This is first line. What form it is? In Cartesian form. And this is second line or coplanar. Even if you see problem number 53, the same thing, but two lines are given in vector form there. Here two lines are given in Cartesian form. Here also we need to prove that these two lines are coplanar. The second question, also find the plane containing these lines. So this and the previous question number 53 are equal. They both are same only. Where the difference lies in the format. Here Cartesian form of lines were given. Question number 53, vector form were given. Anyhow, since this is the first line, what is this 2, 3, 4 means? Point on this line. So x1, y1, z1 is 2, 3, 4. Suppose if it is y plus 3, then what should I write here? Minus 3. If it is y plus 3 present here, then I should write minus 3. If z plus 4 is written, I should use minus 4. Since everything is minus here, just I can take the number 2, 3, 4. Similarly, go for the second line and see the numbers above. 1, 4, 5 are nothing but x2, y2, z2, which is nothing but point on the second line. And if you take numbers from the denominator, 1, 1, 3 are nothing but L1, M1, N1. Minus 3, 2, 1 are nothing but L2, M2, N2. What is the meaning? Parallel vector of first line, parallel vector of second line. Now we will write the condition for coplanarity in Cartesian format. So this is the condition for coplanar. x2 means 1, x1 means 2, so 1 minus 2 minus 1, 4 minus 3, 1, 5 minus 4, 1, L1, M1, N1 means 1, 1, 3, L2, M2, N2, the meaning is minus 3, 2, 1. Expanding this determinant, we are getting the answer as 0. Since the answer is 0, I can say the lines are coplanar. So we have proved the first part. We have proved the lines are coplanar. What is the second part? Finding the plane equation of plane. We will use Cartesian form itself, because this question is purely in Cartesian form. We will use Cartesian formula. Now see, what is the equation of plane in Cartesian form? This is the equation: x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, L1, M1, N1, L2, M2, N2. Even you can use what? x2, y2, z2 in place of x1, y1, z1. That is also correct answer. Equal to 0. x1 means 2, y1 means 3, z1 means 4. Where we have taken, from where we are taking these values? From the first line. Before itself we have written what is x1, y1, z1. From that you substitute this. Similarly, L1, M1, N1 value, L2, M2, N2 value equal to 0. Expansion of determinant are now we are familiar with, so we need not explain that. Expanding the determinant like this: plus symbol, minus symbol, plus symbol. So finally, by simplifying all these things, we are getting the Cartesian equation of the plane. This plane contains those two coplanar lines. That is the meaning. We will move for one more sum. Problem number 55. If the straight lines, again this is first straight line and this is second straight line, are coplanar. What is the meaning? They themselves are given these two lines are coplanar. Find the distinct real values of m. In the previous sum we proved that lines are coplanar, but in this sum they have given these two lines are coplanar. They are asking us to find the value of m. So m value we have to calculate. Now children, by just seeing the first line, tell the point on the first line. 1, 2, 3, right? Similarly, point on the second line. 3, 2, 1. So that is x1, y1, z1. This is x2, y2, z2. What is L1, M1, N1? 1, 2, m square. What is L2, M2, N2? 1, m square, 2, right? So all these things, what I told now, that is, I am going to write that as the first step of the answer. Now see, these are all the things that I have told you. x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, L1, M1, N1, L2, M2, N2. Where we are writing all these things? From where? By just seeing the two lines. From the two lines we are writing all the four details. Since the lines are coplanar, in the question itself it is given the lines are coplanar, so directly we can take the condition. The condition is this determinant value should become 0. Just substitute that: x2 minus x1, 3 minus 1, 2, y2 minus y1, 2 minus 2, 0, z2 minus z1, 1 minus 3 minus 2, Substitute L1, M1, N1, L2, M2, N2 equal to 0. Expand the determinant. These are all you think, I think you know very well. So expanding, we are getting an equation of this format. So this format, the power 4 comes. So what we are going to do is putting m square is equal to t. We are replacing m square as t, so that this equation becomes m square is t. So what is m power 4? T square. M square means t minus 6 equal to 0. Factorize. Minus 6 into 1 minus 6. Splitting like 3 into minus 2, because multiplying minus 6, 3 minus 2 is 1, which is present here. So how to write? 3 means t plus 3, minus 2 means t minus 2 equal to 0. So we got two values of t. T is equal to minus 3. For this, t is equal to 2. But actually what is t? We have taken m square as t, right? So replace once again. Take this t and replace it by m square. So m square is equal to minus 3. Here m square is equal to 2. M square equal to minus 3 means m is equal to root of minus 3 will come. So root of negative number means imaginary. Here m square is equal to 2 means m is equal to root of 2, which means plus or minus root 2. Since in the question, if you see properly, they are asking find the real values of m. So since this value is imaginary, we will take this only as the answer. So the real values of m are plus or minus root 2. Hope you would have understood this sum also. So start revising the 6th chapter. Start completing your classworks. Keep your classworks in a neat manner. Maintain the classworks properly, so that even for the examination you just take your classwork and go through quickly. In such a way you should maintain your classwork. Also do the homework and send it to me. Thank you, children.